Alright guys, and welcome back to more Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker. And last time we just took on our first Triangulum boss, and honestly, if we did not have certain demons in our crew, we probably wouldn't have survived that. Yo, we were tough enough for that fight, alright? We had to just go all out after we took care of his little support groups. He had like 2 demons in his same group, or he had 2 of himself. And he had like 2 support cores basically supporting him during the battle. One gave him extra hit rate and one gave him the ability to drain physical attacks. And we didn't have we didn't have Pierce. We did not have Pierce at all. So because of that, that made it kind of difficult to approach him. And then he had like demons with chaos waving whatever. So yeah, that was tough. That could have been definitely tougher if we didn't have Hamza or where's the other one we got back? Nico Shogun. So what we want to do right now, I already saved the game, so I don't know what I'm going to the menu for. What we want to do is pretty much advance the story. I think we're going to go find out more about Chief Miyako. The Diet Building. So Gyps is in the same area and whatnot. You arrived at the Diet Building.
Sorry it took me so long to get us a car. The chief should be back by now. I'll take you to her at once.
I guess being able to use a car like this is a privilege just for Gyps. A lot of roads are blocked off.
Yes, Gyps is restricting traffic across the city.
You follow Makako to the Diet Building's underground levels. Her key card. Going down, all the way down. The entrance. Are we gonna get the Imperial music? Yes.
I feel like it's been forever since we were here.
Brings back memories.
Command room. Oh, there's a pendulum. There's a pendulum! Was that here before? There's a whole bunch of clocks and whatnot.
Except for that clock. That clock definitely looks different than I remember.
We can't trust your memory. It's because history's changed.
All right. The whole Gyps organization is different.
It's certainly changed from the previous world. This world's Gyps branches have been unified under Chief Miyako Hotsuin, after all. And she does things a little different from Chief Yamato Hotsuin.
How so?
Thank you for coming, Miss Sako.
Chief Hotsuin, I brought the tamers from earlier to see you.
Yes, thank you for coming, all of you. Things were rather rushed earlier. I never got a proper chance to introduce myself. I am Miyako Hotsuin, Chief of Gyps. It is a pleasure making your acquaintance. Thank you. Where? There's no need. I've already received reports on each of you.
Huh? From who?
To point, you are Ionita, correct? Gyps extends a welcome to you all.
Huh? That easy? We thank you for your hospitality, Chief.
There's no need for formalities. From your battle with Genevila, I can tell you're very talented demon tamers. We always welcome talent here.
That sounds like Yamato. As long as we don't rise against you?
An interesting choice of words, to be sure. Yet accurate nonetheless. If you become an enemy to us, I shall give you no quarter. But please, be relieved. Gyps has no reason to treat you as a threat. That aside, you are a Hotsuin, right? Doesn't that mean you must be related to Yamato somehow? Yamato. You've mentioned that name a number of times. Whom are you speaking of? He's the Chief of Gyps. In the previous world, that is. What do you mean by previous world.
Maybe somehow when the world reset, maybe he retained his memories. Alright, he retained his memories at a younger age somehow, and then he chose not to become the leader of Gyps and pursue something else. I don't know.
Well, the world we used to live in. I mean, you may not believe this, but we regressed the world once.
Regressed the world?
Yes. You see, in the previous world, mankind was faced with a calamity, a crisis of extinction. We were invaded by the administrator known as Polaris, and her servants, the Septentrions. The chief of Gyps in that world was Yamato Hotsuin. We worked together with Gyps to defeat the Septentrions and Polaris. And we left El Psyduke in control of the Akashic Record to regress the world. Oh, his real name is Alcor, though. He's the one who passed on the rituals for demon summoning to the Hotsuin family, who could already control the Dragon Stream.
Yeah, what she said, and we were all there. We all fought the administrator in the previous world before coming to this one. So, this isn't our first time on this ride. And now you think we're crazy.
I see. So there was another world before this one. A world that pursued a different history altogether. Quite intriguing.
Wait, you actually believe all this?
Yes. You must understand. Earlier today, a being of the Triangulum appeared. That seems to rend most common sense. Another few anomalies on top of that certainly wouldn't perturb me.
Wow, I can get on board with this new chief. You're much easier to talk to than Yamato. Thanks, Miyako-chan.
Miyako-chan? If you please, refrain from referring to me so casually.
Oh boy.
Oh, sorry about that.
Back to this Yamato Hotsuin individual. I have never heard of such a name within Gyps or the Hotsuin
He
family.
probably changed his name or something.
Not even in your family. It's not very likely he's simply not involved with Gyps. Well, at the very least, I have no knowledge of a Yamato anywhere in the history of my family. I will contact my relatives just to be certain, but the answer will likely be the same.
Are you him in disguise? Are you Yamato in drag?
I'm not sure how to respond to that accusation. I am Miyako Hotsuin, and no one else.
Got him.
As far as I'm aware, your Yamato Hotsuin does not exist in this world.
He has to.
What? Did he disappear when we regressed the world? But how? Why?
If he didn't exist, why do we still have our memory of him?
Did we create a reality where Yamato doesn't exist?
How is that possible? But is that why Psyduke hasn't appeared in this world either?
Watch Yamato be extremely important in this game. Or in this arc.
Ah, yes. About this El Psyduke character. I have never encountered him either. Then... However, there is a story shared amongst the Hotsuin family that describes such an individual. A being that appeared to my ancestors and passed down the gift of summoning demons. Perhaps that being is the El Psyduke you speak of. I had brushed off such a story as mere legend. I certainly hadn't thought such an individual would exist.
That's him! That being is Psyduke! Phew, at least that means he exists in this world. Somehow. Can't your agents look for him?
Unfortunately, no. According to the Hotsuin family's legend, he is an inhuman being that is beyond our control. Even Gyps lacks the means to track down one such as him.
So we're back to no Yamato and no Psyduke. But if Yamato doesn't exist in this world, is it possible that others may have disappeared too?
Where's Joe?
You're right! What about everyone else?
We gotta look for Keita, Jungo. Damn.
What others are you referring to? Our friends! The people we fought alongside in the previous world. Besides us, and the people in Gyps, there are Ronaldo Kuriki, Jungo Torii, Keita Wakui, and Yuzuru Akie, who tends to go by Joe. Please, would you help us find them? Are these individuals also demon tamers?
They were.
Yes, if they exist in this world too, then I believe they're already demon tamers. They helped us defeat the administrator.
Then I see no reason to decline. I'll divert some resources to tracking them down. And I'll do what I can regarding Al Saiduk and this Yamato Hotsuin person.
Thank you. Please find our friends.
I will do everything within my power, but please do not get your hopes up in regards to Saiduk and Yamato Hotsuin. Now then, there's something I'd like to discuss with you all.
Oh boy.
It is in relation to the crisis that came upon mankind in this previous world you speak of. At this moment, the world is faced with an extremely similar challenge. This time, the invasion of the Triangulum.
Oh, right, the Triangulum. We wanted to ask about that, too.
I would only assume so. I will certainly share the intel that Gyps has gathered in regards to the Triangulum. Allow me to begin. This world is under threat by creatures known as the Triangulum. They are led by the Administrator Arcturus.
Arcturus?
It is accompanied by two others, Denebula and Spica.
Spica? So there's only 3 of them?
These 3 beings are the invading force.
So we're only gonna have 3 days.
Spica, Denebula, Arcturus. They're stars, the spring triangle.
Really?
Those are 3 stars that appear in the night sky, but only during spring, right?
You know, it'd be really messed up if we had to fight the sun, and we ain't beating that.
That's right. I'm surprised you knew that, Io. If stars are involved, then maybe these invaders are related to the Septentrions. Arcturus can become a pole star, so maybe it's just like Polaris.
The Triangulum's objective is the annihilation of mankind. Modern weapons have no effect on them.
Modern warfare doesn't work? So I guess we need advanced warfare.
Only Gyps, with our ability to launch spiritual attacks, can stand up to them. We've made preparations over the centuries to be ready for the Triangulum.
Instead of advanced warfare, it'd be spiritual warfare. Call of Duty, spiritual warfare. This time we're getting religious on that ass.
That includes training demon tamers and constructing towers which form a barrier to protect this country. I hope this will impart unto you the severity of the Triangulum threat. If we are defeated, mankind will surely perish. That is why, in order to save this world, I ask for your cooperation.
That's demon tamers to fight against the Triangulum?
Indeed. I have received a comprehensive report from my staff about the demon summoning application. Shortly after Denebula's appearance, I was informed that the summoning app we make use of was being distributed amongst civilians. As demon tamers, you all make use of this demon summoning application, am I correct?
Yeah?
And you are clearly powerful enough to subjugate even Denebula. That is why I must insist that you cooperate with Gyps from this point forward.
Insist? What if we don't? No.
It pains me that I must ask civilians such as yourselves to cooperate in this fight.
No.
But please, won't you reconsider?
Come on, man. Miyako-chan really needs our help. We should definitely lend a hand.
No.
I mean, Gyps is gonna help us find our friends, you know.
Ooh, Daichi's all enthusiastic because this chief's a cute girl.
No. Why would you even say that? I am a gentleman, and I don't abandon people who need my help.
Bruh.
Sure, Daichi. Your heart is as pure as the driven snow. Nevertheless, I do agree we should cooperate with Gyps. We have to deal with the Triangulum anyhow, right? It seems like it would be better to fight alongside Gyps.
Thank you all.
Plus, if we stick with Gyps, we can use the terminals and find everyone else.
I see you know about the terminals as well. Your claims of a previous world are becoming more and more credible. After all, even among Gyps, only a select few know about the terminal network. Miss Kano is currently making updates to the network at our Osaka headquarters. It should be online by tomorrow.
Forget about Fumi.
Oh, right. Fumi's in Osaka.
Indeed. She is performing anti-triangulum research and making final adjustments on the terminals. which is why you cannot see her now, unfortunately. Her work should let up sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Why did she pause for a second?
In any case, I have had quarters prepared for each of you. Please, stay here from today onwards. Now that demons roam the streets freely, there is no safer location than a Gyps branch.
What about our families?
No need to concern yourself. Your families will be kept under Gyps protection.
Wow.
That's the least I can do in return for your cooperation.
Thank you.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have some matters to attend to. Miss Sako, I'll leave the rest to you.
Understood.
Miyako leaves the command room.
Well, this is the Gyps of this world. Gyps after the regression. Chief Yamato Hotsuin has been replaced by the new chief, Miyako Hotsuin. And we must fight the Triangulum now, not the Septentrions.
Gyps is different too. There's so much about this world that's not the same as before. But the biggest issue is that Yamato's simply gone.
He just gone. He just got up and left. He just left.
We don't know for sure that he's gone. Maybe he's just living a life that has nothing to do with Gyps. If he's out there, we'll find him.
Right. Yeah, I shouldn't just assume that.
This should be interesting. Once we actually meet Yamato, I wonder how that conversation is gonna go the first time we meet him again.
Yeah, let's stay positive. He is alive. Somewhere.
Yeah, let's stay positive like Maya.
We need to find Psyduke and the others, too. They're all here in this world. They have to be.
I agree, but for the time being, options are limited. Our primary focus must be reuniting with our comrades in arms, including Psyduke and Chief Yamato Hotsuin. All the while, we must protect this world from the threat of the Triangulum.
You're right. We need to focus on the Triangulum. At least now we have Gyps helping us out. Even though we still don't have much of a grasp on what's going on, at least we made some progress, right? And that Miyako-chan seems nice, right? Very understanding. And she believed us, too. I like that about her.
That definitely all went smoothly.
True, but it caught me a bit by surprise. I didn't expect her to just believe us. It's like it's all going too smoothly, too easily.
Well, she is the chief of Gyps. Maybe she's just more accepting of weird things like this. Our story's certainly not any weirder than this Triangulum stuff.
I guess you're right.
Either way, it may take some time to find the rest of our friends. Your rooms are ready and I'll make sure food is sent up. Get some sleep tonight. You guys earned it.
Oh yeah. Not the void, now I see his return, fickle Daichi, eyes of the value of dance, the fury in you, cold-hearted, a free battle, or another void. I'm gonna set him again, and we're gonna think about the next event we wanna do. So let's save our game before we do anything else. Alright, so we have several events we can watch. I'm not sure when we have to go to bed, but we should spend our time with people. Let's go learn more about Miyako. Cold-hearted Miyako. Miyako's talking to an agent.
Then demolish that old facility and secure grounds for combat. Lure out the demons to that area, surround them, and eliminate them all.
But there are a few survivors inside the facility. Are we going to abandon them?
It's unfortunate, but we have no choice. There's nothing we can do for them.
Nothing we can do? Really? That sounds so familiar to someone I know.
The handful of survivors left inside are not worth the lives of the entire shelter that stands in the demon's path.
Gyps is supposed to protect mankind. How can we decide who lives and who dies?
We make these decisions because we are mankind's protectors. Please consider this discussion resolved. Even as we speak, the demons are closing in. Commence the operation at once.
Yes, ma'am.
These agents must learn to keep their emotions separate from their judgment. Huh?
I don't know, man.
So, you heard. I do not take kindly to eavesdroppers. I admit, I'm slightly surprised that you're not getting worked up over my orders just now.
No, I'm used to this shit.
I'm not sure if that's some cold ideology, a general lack of empathy, or something in between.
No, I'm just used to it.
But if you intend to continue fighting alongside Gyps, there's something I'd like you to keep in mind. Sometimes you must sacrifice the few to save the many. As Gyps, this is the best we can do.
Nah, fam. We got the compendium. You're different from Yamato. At least your way saves lives. You know, let's say... At least your way saves lives. Let's say you're different from Yamato.
You mean Yamato Hotsuin? I take it he was the chief of Gyps in your previous world. What do you mean, different? I see. He valued the strong, even at the expense of the weak. I can understand the root of that belief. But I simply believe that all human lives have equal value. In this time of chaos, so many lives are at risk. There is only one ideal course of action we can take. Whatever choice saves the most lives is the correct one. That's all there is to it. In considering worth, numbers are a logical criterion, free of subjectivity. In order to save as many lives as we possibly can, we have no choice but to sacrifice the few.
The proud, the Marines. Damn! Sacrificing the Marines. I kind of agree with you.
As can be expected from someone who saw the devastation of the Septentriones. One who fought Polaris and survived.
Miyako stares at you quietly. She is pondering deeply.
Considering your ample intelligence, surely you understand the importance of the choices we must make. You will likely find yourself pressed with such a decision one day. When that time comes, please, don't let me down.
Don't worry, fam. I'm gonna save everybody.
Well then, I should be going.
I'm gonna save everybody but the non-playable characters. Alright, Miyako Hotsuin. Leveled up. She leveled up. Fire and ice, huh? She doesn't get almighty. Wait, whoa, we're gonna be able to use her? Whoa, we can... What? She's gonna be in a party, dog? Are you serious? What? They added a character. Get out of town. We're gonna be able to use her later. You know what? She probably took Yamato's old spot. Never mind. She's basically the new Yamato. So, excuse me. I'm getting hyped for no reason. So, what I'm going to do here... We're going to save the game and view one more event before we end off here. So, let us go to... Nicaea's Return, Another Void. Let's watch Nicaea's Return before we leave. You find Daichi lost in thought, staring at his phone.
Something's different.
What's wrong? Something on your mind?
That focus look doesn't really suit you, Daichi.
Hey, I'll have you know I have deep thoughts sometimes too. I've even been known to muse from time to time. Get all this crap just for staring at my phone.
Is it Nicaea?
Yeah, take a look at this.
Nicaea? What about it?
Doesn't the design seem a little different? The logo's new, and before it was in beta, but now it says it's version 2.0.
2.0, huh? That's interesting. I'm surprised you noticed that. Guy Tico's cool. I'm surprised you noticed that. Let's say that.
I know, right? Some days I really step up to the plate and knock it out of the park, huh?
Seriously, it's like you're not the same Daichi we knew. Are you sure you're the real Daichi? Not some useful imposter?
Oh, come on! I get one thing right and this is how you guys react? Man...
Do you think there's something significant behind these Nicaea updates?
They patching Nicaea.
Nicaea was made by Psyduke, after all. If we could actually find him, we could just ask him in person if there was a reason behind the changes. But He's not around at all.
I guess there's not a lot we can deduce without actually finding Psyduke. Especially why he chose to activate Naia again instead of just giving us the demon summoning app directly. Yeah. Seriously, where is Psyduke?
Everyone looks at the new Naia site, worry written plain on their faces.